Aloha and welcome to Moana Anela's Divine Reading. I am Moana, the Hawaiian Gypsy, and this is our monthly love reading for the month of August, September. I am getting these out late in August, but that's fine because the energies will still work moving into September. All right, we're just going to start off with a clearing, and then we'll kind of get right into it there. I don't like giving too much of an intro. I like to get right into the reading. All right. A little bit of clearing. Alright, this reading is for the the collective for fixed signs. That is Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. And right now we've just moved out of Leo season. Okay, so a little bit of heavy energy going on there. That's fine. Just gonna move the bowl out of the way. So yeah, fixed signs, heavy energy. I don't want to say it kind of goes with the territory. That's being a little stereotypical. However, there is heavy energy surrounding the fixed signs. Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. So I'm not sure what's going on there. We'll get into reading. Hopefully something will come out. However, I am getting a lot of good energy coming through as well. But there's always going to be a balance. There's always going to be, you know, something heavy with something good coming in. Of course, it's all about still continuing to let go. Accepting the process, allowing the process to create the changes within you, illuminate, you know, your higher essences, so you can continue to grow and tap into the divine and align yourself with the divine. And when we do that, then we really align ourselves in love. Things start to go smooth. Things start to happen freely. Yeah, with like minimal effort. So this is kind of wonderful, but I am getting a little bit for the fixed signs. Again, fixed signs being Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. I am getting a little bit that you may be needing a little bit of motivation coming into the fall, a little bit of a push into reminding yourselves to stick with the positive, stick with the, you know, stick with the faith, stick with like, yes, good things are coming in. Yes, these things are happening for a good reason. It is for my highest good. It is for my own betterment. And especially in love. So we're going to see what's coming through. So with the love readings, I do using Ho'o Pono Pono. I have an intro video. I'll be linking that or connecting to that. And so it's all about the healing process, and then what's coming through in your love life, because it's going to be a direct reflection. And so I like to pull what's called the sigil blind spot from Elizabeth Teal. Sorry, It's teal, but I just sometimes names kind of slip my mind. So, Teal Swan, sorry. Yeah, I don't know where I was getting Elizabeth from. But Teal Swan. And it was interesting because I pulled the cards not back to back. I pulled them like, you know, one in the middle, one in somewhere else in the deck. And it came out 2 and 3. So what I'm getting right off the bat with the numerology here is we're getting a nice consecutive step-by-step process for fixed signs, and it is like, so you know, the energies are calling in for, yes, take allow, again, it's about the process. That's really coming through strongly right now. It's about the process and allowing the process to unfold naturally, and you know, possibly a little bit of allowing yourself to have that willingness to allow things to naturally occur and happen, and in its process, in its natural process, and step by step. So there's a little bit of that happening, because it is a beautiful energy. It may not look like it at first, but it is a beautiful energy. Now, what these sigils are representing, according to Teal Swan, her blind spot deck here, is 2 is about it takes into account a lot about of course I'm putting things in my own words and the message is coming through. It's about self-interpretation. It's about I kind of don't want to say reflection, but it's a little bit about, like, you know, how we are looking at ourselves, and what is our true essence, what is true essence, and then kind of like that programming, what are interpretations that are we deflecting upon ourselves, that are things that have been taught and learned, you know, according to ego, basically. And, you know, and usually ego gets tapped into activation when we act upon the energies of the programming, things that we're taught, societal, you know, proper, impromptu, like, do this, we should do that, you know, behave like that, these kind of things, right? And I say programming because it's not necessarily reality. And 3 also talks about reality as well. So a little bit about reality here. So maybe energies are a little heavy because you're finding, you know, what you have associated in the past of realities, as far as your own being, loving yourself, loving your life, living your life, and then, you know, that passing on into your love life. You know, the realities, you're maybe starting to see, oh wow, I really have been looking things that, you know, not quite the right way, and which is bringing up like certain illusions and stuff like that. Again, these are general reads, and so it's not going to resonate with everybody. So just for those who feel this message is great, continue joining me here on the reading. If it doesn't resonate, again, there's other signs you can check in with, of course, the sun, moon, rising, and Venus, because it's love. But yeah, just go with what suits you there. So yeah, great things being revealed, and it is the time to be really looking at, are your needs being met? Not just about pleasing other people, but it's about, you know, a harmony, you know. So when you are truly, if your heart needs are being met, and that is with the person, and it's effortlessly, then their needs are being met. So we don't really have to, you know, put so much effort into trying to please somebody else, right? you can feel the harmony, you can feel the balance. So, and that's kind of what's coming through. So it's getting rid of like a lot of this programming, and allowing yourself going through your process. And then 3 brings up, you know, about motives, and it's about external motives. So again, it goes back to like all relationships across the board. This is the love reading. So yeah, it'll be kind of like looking into, you know, if you're in a relationship, or if you're looking at moving into a relationship with somebody you're interested in, is paying attention to the motive. And even though 3 talks more about the external motives, it's kind of, whenever we deal with in relationships, oftentimes, you know, how other people are, you know, acting, and we're processing how their behavior is affecting us. Often their behavior is often a reflection of something that is important for us to see in ourselves. And then only with that we get this beautiful growth. So all my readings, and that really ties into the Ho'o Pono Pono. Those are the principles that I put into, you know, when it comes to healing. If you're looking at the cards behind, these are with my monthly reads. I put them in because I draw that energy into the readings that I do for the love readings. If you're interested in that, just look for the link for the monthly. I do the month before, so this will be August. So look for that monthly August reading, and it was a really good reading. All right, so we'll get into that, and then we're going to clarify with each sign. Look for your sign below, and we're going to clarify with the Golden Nouveau Tarot that I got from Ramblin' Mike. If you're not familiar with him, check his page out. He's really awesome. He does wonderful things for love readings as well, and you know, a different perspective on reading for doing love readings. So all right, well, without further ado, this is the general portion. So this is going to be general for all the fixed signs, for like all 4 signs, and Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio, and then we'll get into each of those signs. So just check for that below. And then again, I described my layout. So we'll start with the middle card, and that represents you here. And right off the bat, we get the 5 of Swords. So absolutely, yeah, that heavy energy coming through right off the bat, 5 of Swords. So with the sigils, it can speak a little bit about betrayal, but it can also speak about, if there's, even though the 5 of Swords is often about having to, you know, one of the message coming through for the 5 of Swords, oops, sorry for that, knocking that there, having to stick up for yourself, right? Doing what's best for you, that kind of energy. It can also talk about sometimes, like in the background, people whispering, saying things about you, like behind your back. I don't like saying that. And I'm not getting totally necessarily something really negative or anything like that, but what's coming through is something to do with the people that are surrounding you. And again, it's not going to resonate with everybody. People surrounding you kind of, you know, having this, you know, saying things that are not in the best representation of you, that, and it's about when they refer to you to your other people in your social group. And it's not like they're necessarily trying, and this is why I'm not getting something very bad. And they're not necessarily trying to, you know, betray you or anything like that, or say anything too bad. It's just what they're saying is not in the best representation. And even though they may think they're saying something that is actually helping you, like they may think they're doing something, saying something for, you know, in your best interest, it's actually kind of not, it's not in your best interest. And 3, actually, the sigil here, motives, actually talks about that. because of the fact what they're saying, and it's not so much the words, but it's because of the motivation behind why they're saying it. And that interpretation is coming through not in a good way. And so what's happening is that if you're in a relationship, this is showing through your relationship. So you may be experiencing something right now that is like, okay, we're getting along, now all of a sudden the energy seems kind of off. What's going on? So it's kind of like a call to attention. Pay attention to what exactly, what exactly is, I don't want to bring up like paranoia or anything like that, but it just, be aware. Be aware of what people are being saying. Don't think, it's not to take anything personal. It's just more of awareness, because it's more as like you may need to change your approach on certain relationships, certain interactions, your perception, and you may need to take, a kind of like a second look at, okay, what are the motives behind people? What are the motives, like when they're trying to do you a favor or something like that? What is the motive behind that? And I'm really, really having a hard time talking about this, because I just don't want to bring that energy in that really brings into like, that paranoia, or, people talking about me behind my back. So it's kind of a sensitive thing, because it's not like nobody's out to get you or anything like that. I don't want to bring that energy out, but it is really, there is something here that's, the message coming through is there's something to pay attention to. And it has to do with, reality, being realistic. And it's a heavy energy though. But the only reason why it's important to bring this awareness is because it's going to save you from something, like coming into the next weeks, coming into September. It's going to save you from something, and it's going to elevate you. So just by being aware, and then just knowing that, not to take it personally, not to take anything personally, but just being aware, okay, I need to deal with this. I know these people kind of mean, they mean good. I don't know why I can't think of the right sentence. They mean well, but they're not doing any good. So take a look at the people that are in your social group and what's going on. I wish I had an example. But yeah, moving on, because we want to get to some good stuff. And we have the King of Wands. So yeah. So the King of Wands, a little bit of fire energy coming through. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. I'm getting a lot of Aries energy here. So there might be, a bit of like, some fire burning under the surface, that kind of thing. So, almost like all this kind of whispering and all this going on, and it's kind of like burning your ears. And it's kind of, I'm getting an intensity coming through. So yeah, this is, I don't know why it's such heavy energy, and I apologize for this. It's supposed to be a love reading. But again, taking the approach of healing, there is a little bit of this anxiousness. And I think that's why the process, the whole thing about allowing the process to happen is that, okay, that's coming through really clearly right now. Spirit just showed me something that's really going to help. That something may not be looking right now, but it's part of the process. So that's why it's okay. It's good to look into it. It's good more to just be aware, but still allow the process to happen. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get a message, and it's going to have you take control. You're going to take like that executive action on the people in your social group. You're going to make a decision, and it's going to be really based on like a really true heartfelt decision. You know, the wands talk about passion and all that, and it is. And it's going to get you to take this decision, but it's going to save you. It's going to elevate you. It's going to show you something about yourself. It's going to illuminate. So again, King of Wands is fire. So this fire that's burning under the surface is creating a bit of anxiety and anxiousness. However, don't be rash. Don't be quick to react. Just allow things to unfold, and you're going to see who's really going to be in your corner is going to be in your corner, and you're going to really see, you know, in love, who is going to be really there for you, and something is coming through, and something is going to happen. So right now he's sitting there nice and chill, even though he's a fire sign, and that's kind of like the energy that Spirit is saying, okay, you're going to want to feel like to make an action, but just hang on. Just allow a little more to reveal itself. But think this energy is coming through, you know, like it's poking at you to get your attention. So there's something that it's really important to be attention to. And, you know, I do want to say questioning, but not in a real, like, you know, scary way or bad way. Just paying attention is really, really important. Okay, and that's the overall energy. Sorry, I should have pulled that card first. Okay, so coming from the lower self here, we have the Empress. So yeah, so the Empress is really she is somebody who is really, really confident. She is a creative energy. Something is really being creative here. So creative is something new, brand new. She also represents something new coming in. So yeah, so that also makes sense that why this energy is feeling really like, you know, I'm getting like turning and everything, because something new is coming in, you know, and it's coming in through strongly. So for some of you, some relationships may be ending. Some relationships actually you may be separating from and then reconciliating. And some of you maybe you've been single for a while and somebody new is coming in. But something is being birthed. There, no matter which scenario, this new love is coming through. It could be a step up in your situation if you are with somebody, but there is something that's there's a process that has to be done first, and which is going to create an ending, and then that's why she's coming through, the Empress. So with the Empress coming through, again, it's also a call to make sure you're nurturing yourself, you're meeting your needs. That's really, really important. Very, very important for the fixed signs. It's important right now to kind of like come into yourself more. It's more of a quiet time. It's not a time, even though we're feeling like this outward energy, this fire energy, it's not a time for reaction right now. It's a time for assessment and allowing things to unfold. And then of course we have the Knight of Wands, which I knew. So this new energy coming through is going to create a sense of move. So some of you may have been, what's coming through for some of you is that some of you may have had your eye on somebody for a while. A little bit of a while, and it's just kind of gone, you know, just kind of like getting to know each other casually or something like this. But now all of a sudden, you know, something has happened, and it's like this relationship is elevated, and there's an opportunity coming in for a chance for you guys to get together. And that's for some of you. And I feel like there is this move coming through. So some of you may be moving in order to, you know, unite or reunite with this new love that's coming through. Now, to me, new love can also represent not necessarily just like a brand new, totally new person, but a new love could also represent, like, if you had been friends, and we have right below, we have the Six of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. So you've had this new love. I mean, you had this kind of casual relationship for a while, but you know, you kind of like had mixed feelings about this person, but you kind of like had this feeling of like, no, I can't see this going anywhere. But now you're seeing it going. It's all of a sudden, it's something happened, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, like there was this opening, and then all of these flux of emotions came through, and you know, all of a sudden you're like, oh gee, I really would like to see, you know, where this can go with this person. So the energies that are kind of hidden is the Six of Wands. So very interesting energy. So the Six of Wands. So yes, so there's confirmation to really, really have faith in your passion, have faith that you know something's right, even though you can't see where it's going. So here they're in a boat, and she's got the umbrella there. So she may not be able to see where she's going, but she has faith in the man. Now, I'm not really relating to gender specific, but just kind of like the idea, but she has faith in the man, and he's the one steering the boat. So it's like you have faith in knowing where you're going. So like this King of Wands, he knows because he's done everything right, and he follows his passion. He knows that, okay, everything is going to fall into place now. And that's the thing. She knows that, you know, she can trust him. She knows she chose the right person, and that he's going to take her where she's supposed to go. So there is a sense of travel coming through. And it's like, you just know. So if we just take, like, he represents the masculine and she represents the divine feminine, the feminine energies, then it's like your feminine energy, your passion, your love, your nurturing side, all that intuition, you know that you can trust, like your masculine side, which is the side that is saying, keep going forward, keep moving forward, keep going with it. And you know you can trust that. So because you know you did everything that you did all the healing work, and you really put everything into place. So now it's allowing the process to unfold and reveal itself and let things happen. And then things that you're seeing that Spirit might want you to have a different perception on, and that is the Death card. So that's really interesting, Scorpio energy there. So yeah. So kind of like you're seeing the death. You know the death is coming. You're feeling it, and here it is. So it's heavy energy. But again, so Spirit wants you to have that faith, and when you have that faith, you know, like, this is all happening for a reason. Everything is part of a process. So right now, so what I am really feeling what's coming through is that even though this is a love reading, for some of you, you may not be feeling like so much like, I can get involved with somebody right now. I don't, you know, even if some of you may have, you know, your heart desire for somebody, or you're in a relationship that you know, somebody you love, but you're just not feeling like, right now I just can't be in this relationship, or right now I just can't start something new. I just really need to deal with what's going on, and it's having a bit of an impact in your love life, and that's okay. So Spirit wants you to know that it's good. Just continue to have the faith that this is part of a process. right? Death is part of a process. Death, and then we have birth. The Empress represents birth. So it is part of the process, and that everything is happening perfectly. And so Spirit wants to remind you that it's happening perfectly, and just allow yourself, if there's any pain, especially from things of the past. Three of Swords didn't come up, but I think I saw it somewhere. But you know, death is sometimes, it's a sorrowful card. It's a mourning card. So if you need that time to mourn, give yourself that time. Just allow yourself to, you know, let this death happen. All right, so that's for the general. That was pretty heavy. We're going to go into each sign now, and we'll see you there at your sign. Thank you. Aloha. Aloha, welcome back for the general love reading for August, September. Moana's Divine Love Reading. I am Moana Anela, the Hawaiian Gypsy, and we're starting off with Scorpio. So yeah, that general section was really hard. There was a lot of heavy energy coming through, you know, and sometimes in love, you know, it goes that way, right? There is, I mean, unfortunately, sometimes it's like we have to go through the pain, you know, but that's what gives us the endurance. That's what makes us strong. That's what makes us who we are. That's what molds us. Like, you know, turning, and I'm really getting this for you, Scorpio, is the creator, the divine, however you see, you know, the cosmos, yeah, but what, you know, that universe is molding you into that diamond. You know, like the diamond goes through a lot of heat, it goes through a lot of pressure, and it just goes through a miraculous process, but it turns into the diamond at the end. So yeah, really feeling for all you guys here. A lot of heavy energies coming through, but we are knowing that it's all part of the process, but it's part of your divine process, and it's going to make you real. It's going to mold you into that diamond. So it's going to make you into the most real, amazing, ascended being when, you know, you're done. I mean, you're already there. You're already amazing. So a lot of great things are happening through. So Hierophant. So the new beginning. I was feeling a strong pull for a strong love. The Hierophant is your clarifier for the overall energy. And so yeah, so I do, of course, we don't always want to associate the Hierophant with marriage, but this is for, you know, particularly for a love reading. But there is a couple things coming through, and I do see marriage for some of you. Again, it's not going to resonate with everybody, but there's a marriage coming through. Also too, it's going to be like a divine union, because I am getting also too, like, you know, the Hierophant is that of a higher order. Priest, real, like, spiritual teacher, that kind of thing. And but yeah, so there's a divine union coming through, and it's like this divine union that's coming through is going to elevate both of you, because your counterpart, your counterpart, you know, your person that's coming through is going to be your divine counterpart, and both of you have been through a process of healing, you know, turning into that diamond, and it's a really beautiful energy. So it's a really, there's going to be a divine essence to this this commitment, this coming together, and this divine union, as well as there's going to be a divine purpose. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble speaking. So there might be, you know, some somebody having difficulty expressing, you know, what's really in their heart, because it is such a heavy energy. I actually feel better saying that. So if there's something really in your heart, is, you know, really, and that kind of came through with the sigils too, is really important to really express truly what's in your heart now. Don't sugarcoat it. I mean, we don't have to get ugly, you know, pull out the boxing gloves or anything like that, but you don't want to sugarcoat it. You don't want to try to save anybody's feelings. You just want to be truthful from the heart, and this is what I need to say, you know, and it may be come off a little bit bold, but you know, that's okay when it comes from the heart, because you're being honest, right? So you coming through is the, wow, we got the Justice card here. So that is beautiful. Now there is an ending coming through. Justice card can relate to a divorce. So if some of you have been going through a divorce, it's going to be finalized, and some of you, I'm getting some of you, you're separated, but you're just waiting for that actual legal document, and you're waiting to move forward with your person, and this could be kind of like what's kind of putting a pause, a hold on things, and that could be what's, you know, creating a lot of tension inside. So that's for some of you. That is going to be finalized. You're going to be able to move forward. For others who are single, I'm getting in almost a lot of scenarios, an ending is coming through, but it's going to be like this final, whoops, I keep hitting that, this real final clear cut. There's going to be a lot of clarity. Things are going to be balanced. There's Libra energy in here. So with me saying the Libra energy, when I said that, it was like all of a sudden I felt like a lift. So this heavy energy that you're feeling is going to be lifted off your shoulders, and you're going to feel good. You're going to feel free. You're going to feel like you're going to be able to move forward, and you're going to feel happy. All of a sudden you're going to feel happy, and moving forward, you know, you're going to be able to embrace this new love coming in with just effortless. It's just going to happen naturally. So, and it's going to be that of divine. So very, very beautiful energy coming through. So of course the Five of Wands comes through, not surprised. So yeah, this is a lot of the heavy energy again, referring to, like, for some of you getting divorced. But this is coming through what you're healing from, okay? So this energy is over with. It's done, and you know that. But it's still kind of weighing on your heart, because it's like with the Justice card, you're still waiting for like something solid to kind of end, like something cut. So if it's something legal, that is, you're going to get those legal documents. If it's just like, you know, like an energetic cut, then yeah, something is going to happen, whereas that cut is going to happen, and you're going to be able to move forward. So this is ending for you. A lot of this heavy energy, healing from a lot of pain, conflict. You know, maybe there's been some people that have been jealous, that you kind of noticed they were talking about behind your back, and it kind of, you know, the person you had of interest, you know, got back to them, and it made them to kind of start acting funny. So it created a real weird situation. So something's going to happen. With that being said, a truth is going to be revealed, and it's really going to help you to move forward in this new love that's coming through, and in coming from the higher self. And we have, there it is, we have the Queen of Swords. So really beautiful energy again. And yeah, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So really beautiful energy. So yeah, a lot of clarity. Now, even though this could represent you, it could represent you know, somebody assisting you. What I'm getting here is it's more just like things are going to happen where clarity is going to come through, and And because in your heart you have done the work, that naturally things are going to be cut. Again, I'm really getting effortless. So that's something to be hopeful for, Scorpio, that it's going to be effortless. So you're going to see all this hard work and all these challenges and butting heads and stuff like that. You've been trying to kind of push through. You know, sometimes when I look at this, it looks like, you know, like all these kind of like sticks, like going through like one of those, you know, bushes or something with all these sticks, like all that, and you're trying to hack away at all that heavy, and it's like you've been trying to hack away at all this heavy energy for a while, heavy and painful energy, and now it's like all of a sudden, it's like you did the work without even realizing it, and all of a sudden it's going to be clear skies. Things are going to come through. You're going to see, it's going to be clarity. You are going to speak. You are going to be able to speak freely and effortlessly from your throat. So the word effortlessly is coming through, which is really beautiful. And then it's going to bring in that divine love. Okay, so Two of Pentacles. So yeah, this is like hidden energies. So you know, basically kind of trying to juggling. Yeah, it's like juggling your emotions. How you're trying to, you know, face the situations that are going on. Because it's almost like, you know, there was a bit of, you know, false motives and stuff like that. And, you know, with your social circle, and I didn't quite help you in the area of love, and I'm not saying anything too particularly about he said, she said, that kind of thing, because I'm getting it more with the whole social circle, not just like one particular person. So something kind of got off, and then something got lost in translation, and then kind of like just mixed up energy. And then it's like, well, never mind who said what, but it's like, you know, what is the interpretation at this point? You know, it's like, it's this whole like confusion is what I'm getting. Confusion is coming through with this Two of Pentacles as to where everybody's at. I don't want to say, oh, what are people thinking? Because I don't want the mind to go there. Oh, what are people thinking? Because in the end, it doesn't matter what they're thinking. It matters what's on your heart. But the thing is to know, like, you know, if it's, let's say, communication, if it's like expressing yourself to your loved one, it's like you want to know, you know, where the bases are, so you have a grounding point as to, you know, where to start the communication, you know, as to, okay, well, what got lost, what happened, and you know, how, you know, where are we going to go from here so we can get back on the same page. So that's kind of what I'm saying, a little bit of like topsy-turvy, like, you know, people are not on the same page. People are in kind of, because of this miscommunication, people are like in emotional upheaval, and the whole thing is like, well, nobody needs to take anything emotionally, because it's just part of a process. And so looking at things at a higher level. So, you know, coming back to, you know, grounding, if working with a loved one or moving forward with a new relationship, you know, sometimes it's best to just, this is where Spirit is saying to kind of be, to go inside, not react, just let things unfold. You know, maybe even before you say anything, ground yourself first. There's like you know, with the Five of Wands, that's fire energy, and Two of Pentacles, you know, this is a card of juggling, you know, and the thing is, he doesn't fall down, but he continues to juggle. So he's continuing to find his ground. And so right now, you know, this Queen of Swords, for her to get clarity, you know, she's an air sign. So there's a need to ground herself. She's got to ground herself. And that's why, you know, without grounding herself, she can come across as, you know, cold and all that. But if she does it right, then she doesn't come across as cold. She'll come across as, you know, basically the justice. What is, you know, what is true? What is righteous? And, you know, and that's about, you know, reassessing what's in you, looking at the reflection of the people around you, you know, in order to move forward in love, right? And so speaking of those who were waiting for divorce, she also represents the divorced woman. So again, not gender specific, but if you're a man or woman watching, it's not gender specific, but it does represent going back to if you're waiting for that divorce that is coming through. And then of course we have the Ten of Pentacles. So beautiful energy, beautiful energy there. So looking really, really good. So this, what's beautiful about this is the balance, right? You got this, she's like justice to me as well. So you got her in the middle who's all, you know, clear and righteous. And on this side, you have the juggling, on this side, and you have the emotional upheaval. On this side, you have the emotional balance. Having that emotion, that family, being emotionally fulfilled. So really, really great. Really, really great energy. So yeah, so moving forward in love, I mean, I am getting for most of you, you know, your love is going to excel. Your love life is going to excel. It's going to move forward with greater ground. If it's moving forward with someone you're already with, then it's definitely going to be successful. And if it's moving forward with somebody new, you know, this new person coming in, it's going to definitely be like the next one. So come out unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Okay, so interesting. So that is for the people for those of you who are like getting that divorce, that's like confirmation that divorce is coming through. It's also for those of you that are letting go of those that are not serving you. Letting go, again, that's why there was a call to look at your relationship. Look at those that are not in your best interest, okay? This is kind of like highlighting, there's people that are really not in your best interest, looking at the motives. And so this unrequited love to me, because I have a strong energy of this, a social group, it's not just about a love, but it's impacting your love life. But you have to, it's like assessing that, kind of like what came through the general section for fixed sign. There was a call to assess your social group because, you know, there are people that are not, you know, they don't have the right motives. And it's not like they're being evil or anything. It's just more that, you know, they're just not doing any service. They're doing you a disservice, okay, whether they know it or not. And that's the thing, some of them don't even know it, but it's just, the main thing is they're not there with true motives, and those you need to cut out, you know. And so it's like this assessing, and then forgiving and learning. So what's interesting about this is, again, that forgiving and learning, when we forgive, Ho'o Pono Pono, we say that, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, and I thank you. And that's all about starting with healing for the love of the self. So this forgiving and learning is about accepting, like, okay, you know what? Maybe these people are acting in such a behavior, they're showing a reflection of maybe I'm not acting in a behavior that is in the best interest of myself. And that's impacting my other relationships, and it's impacting especially my love, my romantic relationship. So forgiving and learning. So forgiving yourself, allowing yourself to accept, you know, accept the things that you do that are even like, you know, in society's interpretation or definition is, oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. But it's like, okay, I did it. You know, I did it. I did it. So, and we have Star Lineage Clarifier card. So that's really important. So these are the twin flame cards, wisdom oracle cards. I really love these cards. So healing, the twin flame journey is all about healing your own true self. And we have the clarifier card is the star lineage. So this is going back to your own roots, understanding your roots, because there's something to see there, you know, so it can highlight who you truly are. And Scorpio, you're a deep person, so you're able to go, you know, you're able to go there. You're able to go deep. And you're not afraid of that. You're kind of used to that. You can handle it. And that's why, you know, maybe the lessons are so hard. And this is meditation. Okay, so kind of what we're saying, going deep. And I love these cards. They're the cards of the French stamp love cards. So yeah, meditation. So again, meditation is about reflection. So I'm getting a lot of reflection for you, Scorpio. Just self-reflection. So if something's happening, yes, you may need to cut these people. However, they're also showing something that is needed to be healed within. So the meditation is really, really going to help. All right, so Lover's Oracle card. And this one wanted to come out. And that is, emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. All right, and that's that Queen of Swords energy. That's just unrequited love. So instead of like, oh, I just lifted this up and we got trust. I said, have faith in yourself. So instead, don't allow yourself, and that's kind of what in the general portion when I was trying to say about this heavy energy, and you got this Five of Wands here, right? When truth reveals itself, and you know, and of course it's hard to look at, oh God, that was ugly, but could that be within me? Is that showing something within me? You know, that reflection. It's not to say, oh, look at that, you're a bad person, or you know that, you know, it's your fault, or you know, you're the one that is the instigator. No, it's not to say none of that. None of that is real. That doesn't exist. So you want to get that thinking out of your mind, but it's to show that, okay, maybe, you know, to look at something so you can heal, so you can be whole, so you can love your life and move forward in love, because a really beautiful new love coming through. And I know you're going to do that, but I guess there's just a call of a little bit more push motivation for you to continue to just let go. And that's this unrequited love. To me, at first I didn't understand this card, and I really didn't like this card, unrequited love. I'm just like, ew, that sounds terrible. But I can't even find it now. Anyways, the card had said unrequited love. I can't find it. See? Already gone, because you're healing. You're healing. But the card that says unrequited love, basically to me, it's about, you know, letting go. It's over. And you know, you know, you can just forgive, you know, that situation from happening, because you're done with it. You let it go. It can't impact you anymore. It can't bring you pain anymore. It can't hurt you anymore, because you have released that energy, and you grew from it. You know, you really grew from it. It is, you know, it really molds you into a stronger, better version of yourself. And you let that go, because you don't want to carry on in that energy. You want to move forward, and that's going to bring forth, you know, a beautiful new love. So I'm just going to pull out one more for you, and that's a tree agate. Are you a tree hugger or activist? Take the time to sit beneath a tree and connect with the qualities of its firmly planted roots, its ability to flex and bend in a storm, and its amazing power of growth. Remember your roots. Okay, now we had that come through there with this clarifier card, the star lineage. remember your roots, yet always remember how much you can grow to reach great height. And that's exactly what you're doing, Scorpio. You are growing to great heights. And that's why these lessons are heavy and they're deep, because the deeper your roots grow, the higher you grow. Archangel Thuriel, the earth is my mother. I am one with all that is. I am connected with the sacred energy of the trees, plants, shrubs, vines, and smaller vegetation. I embrace the sunshine as well as the rain. I am in balance with all in life. Oh, that's so beautiful, Scorpio. And yes, you're in balance. Your heart's in balance. And that's why you have this great, powerful, divine love coming through. I hope that helped. And I'm glad we lost that unrequited love, because you don't need it anymore. You let it go. Thank you, Scorpio, and have a great month. I hope that resonated with some of you. All right, aloha, aloha, keka'i, keka'i. Love one another. Aloha, Taurus, and welcome to your sign for fixed signs for the month of August and September. I am Moana, the Hawaiian Gypsy, and this is Moana Anela Divine Love Readings. I always work on the principles of Hawaiian Ho'o Pono Pono, more on the aspect of when you heal yourself, that reflects in the love that we call in. And so, yeah, a lot of good things are going on, even though it doesn't look like it. That's what's kind of coming through the cards. If you didn't see the general, you might want to see it. Watch the general section there. But yeah, so this is the sign of Taurus. Welcome, Taurus. And so we're going to clarify the general read and get more specifically into your sign. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, we have victory. Woo! So that is awesome news. That's coming through over the... All right, so what I'm getting for a lot of fixed signs right away in love is that there's a lot of new connections coming through, a lot of divine love coming through. This is the card of victory. So Taurus, whatever you've been working through towards your love life, it's happening. You're going to be victorious. You're going to be recognized. And I'm kind of getting to that. This is not just love, but you're going to be recognized. You know, with a lot of love, with a lot of praise and what did I want to say? With a lot of respect, recognition. That's what I like to say. And this is also going to make you feel good and accomplished, because, and when I use those words accomplished, I really refer to it in a way that it's accomplished, like, because you really settled something within your own heart. Right? And 6 is a card of balance. So you've really started to balance out what your true passions are and starting to go after that. And it's been a lot of hard work. Definitely a lot of hard work. Definitely a journey. Definitely some obstacles and some challenges, and you've overcome them. And now is the time you're coming through. And what I'm getting, Taurus, is that I'm getting that you're actually starting to feel this, but then now you're going to start seeing the results, and you're going to see your hard work coming through in your love life. So you are, for those of you who are single, you are moving into a beautiful relationship that is going to be a reflection of your own heartfelt success, like feeling confident and good. You know, we're talking about the yellow chakra, moving into that empowerment, self-empowerment. And so really, really beautiful energy there. So yeah, 6 of Wands. And I love these cards. I got them from Ramblin' Mike. a great guy. I'll put his link below. All right, and so now coming into you representing yourself, and we have the Empress again coming through. So she came through the general read on the lower self, and now she's coming through for you, Taurus, as representing you. So yeah, just exactly what I said, birthing. Definitely, in this case, she's definitely birthing something new. Taurus, you are also, you know, you're like the cow, the nurturer of, you know, land, and cows are, you know, known to be like very nurturing. So a lot of nurturing energy is coming through for you as well. And that's very beautiful. So if you are in a relationship, your partner is also seeing that. They're also recognizing, wow, look at Taurus, very, very, you know, starting to open up, starting to be very loving. I'm really enjoying this. So it's your love life is really starting to elevate. For those of you who are single, you're coming together with somebody. And that relationship's going to elevate it. If for those of you single, for some of you, I'm getting you may not have been ready. Whether you want it to be with somebody or not, actually, it's came through in the beginning with the general read about, you know, some of you not wanting, not needing, not ready, not being ready to start in love. But now you're actually getting ready because you're feeling grounded. Right? She's very grounded. She's very nurturing. You're seeing your pasture, right? So you're seeing the pasture that's in front of you, and it's beautiful. It's lush. It's green. It's abundant. So, and you're feeling it, and you're feeling good. It's really making you feel good. So you're really coming into your own right now, and it's reflecting that in love, and you're getting recognized for that. So coming into the lower energies, we have the Seven of Swords. So this is kind of what you're coming out of. Deceit. You've had, for some of you Taurus, you've had some heartbreaks, and that has impacted for you on that. And that makes sense now. That makes sense why you have not been ready to move forward into a new relationship, or move forward with the one that you're in if you're coupled. So there has been some deception, and there has been some things that you needed to review. It wasn't easy for you, but you did it, and you're coming through. However, I'm still getting with the Seven of Swords, because of the fact that, you know, there's still two swords behind here, right? He's carrying some, that's signifying something, but what's coming more through for your particular reading, there's two swords behind here. So in other words, what's coming through for this card for you, Taurus, is that he's got all he can carry, right? So in other words, he's got to come back for the last two swords. So what I'm getting is there's still this is wonderful. Continue to embrace this energy, but there's still like a call to still be attention, still pay attention. There's still some deceit going on. There's still somebody that is not completely being honest, so just kind of be aware that there's somebody in the social circle that still might be messing around with, you know, saying things that are, you know, not in your best interest, you know, within your social circle, within the people of interest. So there's still something that's not, there's somebody around that is still not completely honest. So just be careful. Be careful of your trust, and because yeah, that's coming through, you know, as I don't want to say it's having an impact in your love life, but it's definitely it's intervening. It's having an interplay in all your connections, but including your romance, your romantic connections, and that's kind of what's coming through. So in other words, you also want to make sure that you're aware of the people that are around you, that they are out for your best interest, and those who are not, you kind of want to be realistic about that. You don't want to fool yourself saying, well, you know, so can't be like that. I know they wouldn't do that because they, you know, I just know them. They're great people, and I know they couldn't do that to me. Well, be realistic with yourself. If they, you know, if they could, they could. And pay attention to the red flags. Now, it's not like a big message. It's not a big enough message to overcome, but it is enough to kind of reiterate that again. So just make sure that you're being honest with yourself, that if somebody's not for your best interest, you know, it's okay to be realistic with that. It's okay to say, well, you know, that's sad. You know, I'm sad. I really didn't think they could do that, but if they did, they did. And it's, you know, that's going to help you because it's about you healing that within yourself. So you can move forward, you know, in your life, because sometimes we have to cut certain things out. We don't want to, but sometimes that happens, right? So, but, you know, we're embracing this energy right now, right? That energy is coming through strong. We're going to embrace it. And, you know, we definitely don't want, you know, any of this energy moving forward. We want to just, you know, get rid of that. So here's the Hangman. So yeah, again, so a little bit of perception. You have this beautiful love coming through. Some of you may have options, I'm getting. Because of the Hangman is coming through, talking about in this scenario here, coming out of what I was just saying, is that take a different perception. Again, sometimes we need to turn, you know, our world upside down in order to see if, you know, if we've been looking at things in kind of an illusion perspective and turning that, you know, upside down so we can see it from a different angle in order to see, you know, realistically what's going on. And what I'm getting from here is that he had to literally hang himself up here, right? Nobody else did that. Though I'm getting there's some effort involved. In other words, don't just let things slide. So there's some effort on your part to actually this is the only part where it's going to need effort, is that for you to really take the effort into looking at a scenario and saying, okay, I have to accept the fact this so-and-so is saying this about me, or so-and-so did this, and even though I don't want to believe it, I gotta see it, because it's going to, you know, moving forward. You know, right now it's pretty harmless, but I do need to get rid of it, because moving forward, it'll only continue to get worse and worse and worse, that kind of thing. And, you know, we just don't want to move that, because you work so hard, Taurus. You work so hard to get to where you're at, and you don't want this energy moving forward with you when you deserve to have, you know, this beautiful recognition, you know, your just reward kind of thing, you know, all this, the green pastures, you deserve that, right? You don't want the cow in front of you saying, hey, look, Taurus, like, don't worry, I got your back. I'm getting you the best grass. Here's the best grass. And meanwhile, he's pooping in that grass, you know? So that kind of scenario, right? So, and you're like, yeah, this guy is great. He's looking after me. So, so that's something like that. That kind of energy that just kind of came out. But anyways, yeah, take it lightheartedly. Take it. So yeah, I'm not getting heavy energy moving forward for you with this Six of Wands here. It's already successful. You've already succeeded into success. So I'm not getting heavy energy moving forward, but I am getting, there is that like call to action to just look at reality, look at realistically, you know, pay attention to red flags, and just because you need to cut out what's not serving you, what you know, those that are not in your best interest. So energies we're seeing, yeah, the Queen of Wands, a lot of passion. Again, this is you, Taurus, looking beautiful, looking great, stepping into your own passion, but being honest. She's very playful, and that's good. You're starting to feel more playful. She's very playful. However, you know, she is definitely going to be honest with herself. She is definitely not going to accept anybody in her social circle that is not going to recognize her worth. And it's all about recognition for you, Taurus. People have to start recognizing your worth, because your value is very valuable. You did not do all the work that you just finished just to have, you know, somebody come in and just take all that credit and you know what I'm saying. And then here it is, this couple love, your true love is coming in. Your true love is coming in. And because they're, you know, it's time. It's divine timing. You're ready. They're ready. And they're seeing you're ready. You have gotten to the place where you feel comfortable now to let somebody in your house. Okay, so we're going to take a card from the, reconciliation. Oh, so this is interesting for some of you, Taurus. Some of you have been, what I'm getting, now that's not for all, but for some, general read. But for some of you have been working on, working hard at getting back with an ex. You felt that, you know, you felt it fell apart. It didn't work out but you knew that you could get it back, right? You knew you can get that love back because you knew that you just weren't ready before. And you had some work to do, and now you did it, and you got it grounded. So now you're like, I'm ready. I still love that person, and I want them back in my life. It just wasn't ready before. And maybe there was somebody messing around, and you had to cut that person out. You know, you had to cut that person out of your life before you truly could get with the loved one. So some of you is, yes, you're and it's coming in. They're coming back because they're recognizing that you're ready. And then we have you deserve love, right? Because that's what it was about, Taurus. You had to realize, I have to love myself in order to, in order to understand I can only allow people that value me for my worth in. Right? You can't let right, separation. This one kind of came out. So yeah, and that goes with record. So some of you have been separated, but now you're ready. You're ready. They're coming in. They're coming back in. So let's see what the Twin Flame Wisdom Oracle has to say. So yeah, so I'm getting a lot of you had to cut some people out. Some of you might not be finished. Some of you might still be in denial with certain people you need to cut out, but so that's why Spirit is saying, that hangman, take the hangman perspective. You might need to meditate, stand on your head, do some yoga to get a different perspective on things and to know. All right, and we have mastery. You have mastered yourself. This is great. Yeah, this time it's going to work out. Because you have mastered yourself. These clarifying cards keep coming out. And we're just going to pick, we're going to get one from the French Vintage Stamp Oracle. I love these cards. They're very, very beautiful. And I try not to look at them when I shuffle, but they're really huge. Let's see what comes out. This one doesn't really want to come out. I'm not the best shuffler, but it doesn't matter. Freedom. What? Love can only flourish and grow in freedom. Create space to receive more. So yes, create space. Truly, madly, deeply. Oh yeah. And then this one wanted to come out for you, sweetness. So yeah, your Queen of Wands, you're embracing your beauty, you're embracing your passion, you're opening up, you're having more fun, you're enjoying yourself, and it's creating sweetness. Some of you reconciling. Some of you might be reconciling from a past life, so it's beautiful, and you might have known who that person was, and they're coming back into your life now. And we got reflection. Oh, gee. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Okay, so some of you that are in separation, this is exactly what you've done. You reflected. You did this reflection. You knew you had to do the work. So some of you knew that you weren't ready, and you're ready to move forward. Still may need to have some people to cut out, but that's really beautiful, really beautiful. And then we have one last one. Just gonna make sure that you guys can see that the past is now behind you. Released and embraced new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow with faith. There it is. And you guys are following with faith. That is beautiful, Taurus. Very, very beautiful energies. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Wow. That's when you know, like, you've really done the work, is when, you know, you can fix something that wasn't, you know, that wasn't working before. And it's like, okay, so you did the separation, you did the reflection, and you healed that. And now, you know, you're drawing that energy back in because you knew it was meant to be. It was just a matter of the right circumstances, the right timing. All right, so pulling from the angels and gemstones, we have Amethyst. Beautiful card. Are you ready to transform your life through your spiritual connection with the divine? You can receive intuitive insights to help you in your daily life. You have the ability to transform your reality using the spiritual guidance you receive. Whoops. And then we have Archangel Zachiel. Sorry, I'm not good at pronouncing some of them. I create my reality. I can change my reality. It's easy for me to transform and transmute challenging situations. I use my intuition and follow my hunches. I am aligned with higher wisdom. I pay attention to my dreams and easily interpret them. So that is so beautiful, Taurus, because that's exactly what happened. You went inside, you did your reflection, and you started following your heart. You started following your passion, your beautiful, nurturing passion. And you know, it's that divine the divine feminine creative fire, right? That's the creativity. And again, divine feminine energies, that's about just the energies. That's not like gender specific. But you did the inner work, and you really went inside and you did. And that's why it really feels like, you know, you're this heavy energies, the loads are lightening up, and you're moving forward. And it's just, it's going to be a lot of joy moving into September. So that is really awesome. That's really beautiful. I love that for you, Taurus. I hope that helped. And have a great rest of the month. Hope to see you next month. Love you. Aloha, keika'i. Keika'i. Love one another.